Welcome to the Lavaca County Today podcast. Your hosts are photographer, columnist, Murray Montgomery and graphic design artist, photographer, Michelle Price. This podcast is a review of the 4 weekly papers in Lavaca County, Texas. These papers include the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, the Shiner Gazette, Yoakum Herald-Times, and the Moulton Eagle. Thanks for listening to this week's news review and please share. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for this edition of the Lavaca County News Review, and I believe these will be October 5th and 6th?
4th and 5th. You're
4th and 5th.
almost there.
Well, at least I only missed it by one day. And I got my host here, Michelle, with me. How you doing, Michelle?
I am great. It's raining.
Well, we do have some nice rain. I don't know how much we got overnight, but I saw some reports of anywhere from 1 to 2 inches, depending on what place you were in the county. But you had an adventure, and I missed out on exactly what all happened, so tell us about it.
Well, on Tuesdays, we're pretty busy here at the newspaper, so I did a little quick run home to pick up my daughter from her UIL practice to take her to her softball practice, which usually averages about 30 minutes. This time it averaged about an hour and 15. And as she changed clothes, I let the dog out, and then I let the dog back in. And when I let the dog back in, I thought the dog got sprayed by a skunk because it was this awful smell. But she didn't, because when I pulled her in, she didn't smell like skunk. And then we left to practice, and on the way to practice, we met a lot of emergency vehicles. And then I soon found out that an oil pipeline had exploded near my house. So I tried to go back to Hallettsville by my house, and that was a big detour. And so then I went all the way around Shiner, and I still was detoured. So I had to go kind of a country back roadway to get back to Hallettsville. But luckily, I know there will be more about it in next week's paper, that no one was hurt. It was a huge explosion.
Was that pipeline, was it underground?
No, it was above ground.
And was that natural gas?
Yes. That's why it smells bad. But someone told me gas doesn't smell. They put an odor in it.
Yeah, they do. They odorize it for when you have it in your house.
Yes.
You can tell if you got a leak.
And that odor is not good. I smelled it all night in my house. When I got home yesterday, I still smelled it. The rain has kind of helped some. It's kind of changed the odor anyway.
Well, how far away from that?
I'm about a mile, not even, probably. So
you were on the other side of it?
Yes. So I'm towards Shiner, like right over the bridge, right behind the Methodist Church, and it was a little more on the Hallettsville Highway.
Okay. Well, now that we got your adventure out of the way,
yes,
let's try to review these newspapers.
All right.
And we'll start with the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, and unfortunately, my iPad is dead, so we're doing it the old way. So if you hear any papers rustling, you'll know what's going on. I've asked Michelle, try to be quiet, but
that's hard for me.
Okay, Michelle, what we got?
Well, it was a big weekend in Hallettsville, of course, with the Kolache Fest and with homecoming. So on the front page, you will see Dawson Smith and Lauren Lundy. Oh my goodness, Lauren Lundy. Sorry, I do not want to mess up your name any more than we already have. But they were crowned king and queen at the Hallettsville football game at the homecoming festivities. So congratulations to all who were nominated and to these two young individuals. And then there was also, of course, Kolache Fest. So you'll see some pictures from that. Kolache is being enjoyed, obviously. The car show, a bunch of people cheering on those kolache eaters that partook in the kolache eating contest. So it was a great time by all. And then Murray has a start of a story on the front page about celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Yeah,
this Hispanic Heritage Month, it runs through October 15th. So I wanted to get it in there, for that reason. And it's continued inside the paper, I think, on page 4. I thought it had some interesting information, and we've got a picture of one of the missions there in San Antonio. I've been to all of them several times, but that's not my picture. But anyway, I enjoy writing it, and I hope you folks enjoy reading it. And that's all about that.
All right, and that was the Hispanic Heritage Month started in 1968, so it hasn't been that long that we've been celebrating it.
Looky there.
Henry Joe.
Henry Joe, and he's still using the same trivia question. Is that right or no?
Yeah, it's the same one as last week. It was a question submitted by Mr. Marty Potek, so you guys can still call in. What are the 2 major league ballparks that have the same name as 2 popular fruit juices? And you can see who has answered it so far correctly. So your chance to win, all you have to do is call in and answer.
There you go. And we have these big, 4 pages?
Of Ayler's ad.
Ayler's Furniture, one of our great sponsors, and we certainly appreciate them.
And they are in all of our papers, either in Hallettsville, it's as a 4-page spread. In the other papers, it's an insert, so you can check out the great deals they have going on.
Right. And then we've got Fire Prevention Week going on. October 8th
it's coming up. I think Jimmy got to hang out with Sparky maybe this morning even to kick off the week. But it's all about in-home cooking, Jimmy. I didn't get to read this yet, but I know he said it's about cooking safety in your house and how many fires start just in someone's home because of cooking.
That's correct. And what you got left there? You got 2 pictures, and that's that page.
Yeah, of the 4-H and them being honored. We're going to just move right along. There's some more Kolache Fest pictures, including the largest kolache.
Was Yashik in that kolache eating contest?
I don't think he was. He told me he was napping during the parade, so I'm not really sure.
Well, they probably banned him from that kolache eating contest because they knew that nobody else could win.
Yeah, his favorite is apricot, so if you give him those, he will tear that up. And then let's see what we got else going on here before we get to sports. October is also Czech Heritage Month, so check that out. Did you get it, Mark?
Yeah, Czech. That was a little pun. That's very good.
That was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right, and then check Groff Sports. He always has a lot going on and does a decent job. I'm going to go with decent.
What's the matter?
He does a great job of covering the sports.
Oh, yeah, he does a wonderful job.
Chuck and I go back and forth on things a lot, but he does do a good job. We had to fight a little bit this week over the abbreviation of homecoming.
Yeah, it took me a few minutes to figure that out, but I figured it out.
He forgot the O, and I had to tell him, no, it's not HOC. So, but I won, and that's the most important
And the Brahmas won.
The Brahmas won.
And that was homecoming.
And the Indians won. So
the Indians, under their new head coach, they're undefeated.
Yeah, it's a good year.
Yeah, they're looking good, mighty good.
And who does Hallettsville play this week? Do we know? Let's see.
Well,
Columbus.
They got Columbus picked by 15 over Hallettsville. I think Columbus is state ranked, so that'll be a good one.
But anything can happen.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
It's always fun to win when you're the underdog. And so then he has a second page of sports with some pictures. Of course, the boys and girls of fall, the athletes that he is highlighting of the week. So check that out. There's also a pumpkin patch. So we're in fall, Murray. Did you know? It is cooler now. So
we're just now starting to feel it.
So we are there. So fall events are going to start happening. So make sure that you guys check out all of our local newspapers for the events that are going to be going on. And then Murray wrote about one of my favorite things, and that is food. And that is Mexican food, or Tex-Mex, or Mex, or Tex.
Yeah,
which one?
or Tex-Mex.
Or what are we talking about?
Well, there's been some controversy over the years about what is Tex-Mex and what's the difference between that and just regular Mexican food. So I don't know. I got the hankering to write about it and look for some experts. And the experts that come up on Google wasn't really experts. One of them was promoting his restaurant and how he don't even have any restaurants in Texas.
Oh.
And how they put him at the top of the Google list, I don't know. And so I went to the History Channel and I said, surely they'll know. And it was written by a Yankee up in New Hampshire, so they didn't know much. So I went back to my old Handbook of Texas online, and they said it all in one paragraph as to what it is. And what it amounts to, there's not a whole lot of difference. But I talked about my old grandmother and my old grandfather, and how they liked it and how she liked it especially. I didn't have room in the article to put that even before she passed away. They lived right off of Guadalupe Street in Austin, if you're familiar with that. And right down the road was a Mexican restaurant. And she walked there several times a week, and she's in her 80s, and that was quite a walk. And the Mexican folks that owned it, they took her home. Every time she went and ate, well, they would take her home. But anyway, that's a little side personal story.
And I think most of all, Murray has determined it doesn't matter if it's Tex-Mex or Mexican.
It's all good.
It's all good.
You got that right.
So enjoy some. I had some quesadillas last night at Emiliano's in Yoakum, and they sure were good.
All right.
Gonzalez is going to celebrate Come and Take It this week. Are you going, Murray?
No, I'm not going.
Of course not.
I used to live right behind it for about 18 years, and so I decided that maybe we needed to let other people know about it that may not know. And it's a big deal in Gonzales, and especially for the folks that live there. Like my girls, my 3 daughters, they all went to school there and were raised there. And it's more or less like a homecoming for a lot of people that they picked that day to come back. But the celebration is about the first shot that was fired for Texas independence in 1835. Anyway, that'll give you some idea.
Go. Support. It'll be fun. There's some good food. And a parade that I will be at. Then we have our classifieds. And then we have our football bow and sweetheart from Sacred Heart. So check out Clayton Chance and Annalise Noshka, who got the honor of receiving those awards. And then Children's Health Day was a proclamation. And children's health, of course, is very important to all of us. And that's it. We're moving on.
Yeah, she's in a hurry to get out of the Hallettsville paper so she can get to her hometown paper, the Shiner Gazette. Go ahead on.
I'm in a hurry to get to lunch, remember, Murray? Lunch, not the Shiner paper. But I do have big news in Shiner, as always. We had a homecoming king and queen at St. Paul High School crowned this past weekend. And that was Mr. Nate Bedecker and Ms. Brooke Cherney. So congrats to those young ladies as well as the ones from Hallettsville. It's all homecomings everywhere and all that's going on. Fire prevention was mentioned again. So if you didn't catch it in the Hallettsville paper or you don't get the Hallettsville paper, check it out in Shiner.
How about the police chief? The
police chief resigns. Now, there's a little controversy in the city of Shiner about is it a resignation, because he is actually... He did resign as the current police chief, but he's also retiring from law enforcement after 30 years of service. So we thank him for the 30 years that he has served, and he will be going on to different things. So read all about him and Shiner's plans to fill his spot and what's going on. And we thank you, Chief Kelso, for your service.
You bet.
And a Moulton man was arrested in Shiner for drugs. And it says lots of them. So if you want to read that, you guys are free to read that. We're not going to give him any more credit than what I already did. So then we're just going to move right along.
Basically reunions and social things.
If you ever need your kid's school menu, that is also in the paper. So it is super informative there. I do want to send out my condolences to one of my really good friends and her family, Ms. Allison Mojishek Motal, and on her dad's passing this past week. Ben was a great guy, and I'm very fortunate I got to know him, and so my deepest sympathy to their family.
Yeah, I didn't know him, but from the reports that I've read and the people I've talked to, he was a very well-liked person.
Yeah, he is a great guy. Always right at making you smile. And he was the first employee of Bedecker Plastics, which is a super cool fact that I did not know about him. I knew he worked there, but I did not know he was the first employee. So that's super cool. St. Paul Homecoming Week has some more pictures of awards given.
How big are those pictures, Michelle?
They are 6 columns long.
All right.
They are pretty large, so you can identify everyone easily because obviously they have a lot of cheerleaders at St. Paul. So check that out. And those people are honored. And then Mark Luby Sports. Mark Luby also does a great job.
Yes,
we'll
he
go
does.
with great.
Yes, he
on
does.
sports. And, you know, when there's a lot going on and you have him and Chuck both have 2 schools to cover at all times, that is a lot to do. And they both do it very well. So check out what's going on. The Comanches, they got their first win.
Yeah.
So that's
they
good.
did. And I think they're picked to win this coming week.
I think so. And so, you know, they had some tough opponents to begin with, and they're now in their district play, and maybe they're hitting their groove. We sometimes just have those years that it's a little bit harder. Congrats that this may be a start of their winning streak.
Got a little story over there, too, about the Brooks folks that play football up there at the top right.
Oh, yeah.
You see that?
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is about this Brooks boy.
I know that, but he's a
another
cousin.
Brooks.
Their cousin.
Another Brooks. Oh,
Got a cousin from Hallettsville that's setting all kind of Russian records.
Jonathan is doing great.
Yes, he is.
Congrats to him, and I think Dalton is faring well at A&M. So, and his brother is at Texas A&I. So they're all working really hard and having a great
they'll
season.
all do good.
Yeah, great group of kids.
It's in
there.
the genes, I guess.
Right. And then Shiner Fest went on this past weekend at the K. Spetzel Brewery. And so someone did a great job of photography there.
I wonder who that was.
I have no idea.
I didn't know they got Chuck come up there.
Yeah, I didn't know Chuck came out either. But, man, he definitely surprised me on these.
Well, go ahead and take your credit. You want, you know you want to.
So they are my pictures, and I had a great time. I got to work the event and hang out at the event for a little bit. And big props if you haven't drove by the Spetzel Brewery lately. That is not photoshopped. The Spetzel Brewery is actually lit up red, white, and blue now to honor our armed forces in America.
All right.
So
All right.
that's a great recognition for them. Jimmy Apple has a 25th annual Alton C. Allen Historical Conference, which is set for October the 14th.
Yeah,
So
they've got some good speakers there. It ought to be really good.
are you going?
No, I can't make
Do you
it.
see how I always ask Murray if he's going, and it's always no. And then we're going to be done, I suppose, with Shiner. So that's it.
Move on
Moving
over
on
to
Moulton.
Oh
no!
Oh, you forgot Yoakum.
I put it out of order.
Okay.
That's it. I'm fired.
Well, they're all important.
They are. So Yoakum's band has a 6-column picture
On the front
page.
page. On the front page.
So congrats to them. They're preparing for UIL competition, and I think they had their first, and so I'm sure they're going to do great this year. The Bulldogs push game to overtime. Is this not their... I think this is maybe their second one this year. So they're having a very competitive season.
Well, every game they've played, they've been in it, and they won a couple too. But they played Cuero, was state ranked, and they took them to the limit. But Cuero did pull it out. But yeah, we can't give up on them Bulldogs.
And Yoakum ISD releases first scores. They did receive a score of C, and if you want to kind of read more what that means and where they're heading with those initial results, you could do that. Sweet Home ISD holds first facilities meeting, and they aim for their bond election. So there's going to be a lot of bond elections coming up. The election is November...
Why are you pointing at me?
Well, no, you're like more political and knowledgeable than I am. It's the Tuesday in November. We'll
Is
get
it
back
the 7th, maybe?
The 7th, maybe, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Who wrote that Sweet Home story?
Clayton Kelly wrote both of the Sweet Home and the Yoakum ones.
All right, Clayton.
Maybe he's been working hard, you think?
You bet.
I give Clayton a really hard time.
Herald Time Sports.
And that is being covered by a wide variety of people. Mark Luby is handling some of it. We're also having some of it given to us by Raymond Rosas.
They'll get it.
And so we thank everyone who's contributing. And I think Alvin Gomez, maybe?
That's Gomez, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. He's also been helping. So thanks to all them.
Bulldogs got a rough one coming up.
Hitchcock, huh?
Yeah. They're state ranked as well. So
and undefeated, huh?
Yeah, you bet.
So
them in Columbus, kind of
some good games this week,
yeah.
For sure. I, on the other hand, Schulenburg has an off week, so I will spend Friday night at home.
Oh.
Is anyone excited for me?
Well, we thought you would be out there shooting some pictures and hoping they didn't run at you real fast.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Chuck hasn't asked me, and I am not volunteering for sure. It's hard to believe that we have made it through 6 weeks of school, but the first 6 weeks honors are in the paper for the Yoakum ISD, so make sure you guys look for your kids'
Well,
name.
it goes by real fast. Probably not for the kids, but for the parents.
Yeah, it's flying for us, for sure. Monday's a holiday, not for us, but for a lot of the schools, it is Columbus Day. It's not federal, though, right, Murray?
No, I don't believe
No, I don't think. We're moving right along.
Chances are it is, but...
It's National 4-H Week. That was in, I think, each one of our papers, and I'm first mentioning it now. But 4-H does a lot in your community, so check out what they do. I think you can still register for 4-H, too, so if your child would like to do it. I'm on the fence about it because my child thinks if she joins 4-H, she has to raise an animal, and I don't do that.
Well, you have to raise an animal.
No, that's FFA, Murray. 4-H is different. Murray,
Well,
I teach you
no.
so much.
I don't have any kids in school anymore, so you'll have to tell
But
me.
if you are volunteering to let my daughter raise an animal and you help her, we're open to it, Murray.
Oh, really?
Yes, she would like a steer.
Well, you know, Yashik was raised on the farm, so he would be good. I'll ask him if he wants to do it.
Okay.
Let's move on over to the Molten Eagle.
Anyway, he was there. I have no clue what this is about. Do you know?
I think that's about Matthew Caldwell, isn't it?
Oh, yes, and it is about Come and Take It and part of
Right.
that celebration. So definitely go check that out.
A little more history.
I don't think we mentioned it, but the House Hill Citywide Garage Sale is this weekend.
Yes,
so
it
if you
is.
have nothing to do, make sure you guys check that out and get you some good deals. The royalty always steals my heart because they work really hard and spend early mornings representing their town. And so these little kids were definitely all smiles, or sort of all smiles. He's chilling right there. But thanks for the pictures from Sherry Pilot of them doing a great job representing this past weekend in Kolache Fest. Citywide cleanup take 2 on Saturday, so if you have some stuff left in Moulton you need to throw away. Are you going, Murray?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, okay, great. He's going to that one. Oh no, Comancheros, Terror on the Frontier. So are Comancheros kind of where Comanches come from?
They traded with the Comanches. And when you see these Western movies where there'll be usually some white guys and maybe some Hispanic guys, and then here come the Comanches bringing them women and children that they abducted, and they sell them to the Comancheros, and the Comancheros put a big reward on their head and make the families pay them even more to get them back. That really happened. It really did. So you need to read that. Maybe you'll learn something.
I've already learned a lot from you just talking. So that's pretty crazy, and I will make sure that
Well,
I take
actually,
this
that Moulton's the only paper that this is in, because I had those others that were left over that didn't get in the papers last week.
Yeah.
But this story will be in other papers next week.
So I'm going to check it out next week if I don't get to it. If I don't get to it this week.
You bet.
And let's see what else we have. We have more on Come and Take It.
And
Moulton. Go ahead, Murray.
I was just going to say, in the Moulton paper, that is my picture. And it's a monument to the 32 men from Gonzales were the only people that answered the call from Colonel Travis at the Alamo when he asked for reinforcements. And there were 32 men from Gonzales and a surrounding area, even around here, were there. And to me, when people talk about heroes, you can't get much more of a hero when you have to fight your way into a place where you know you're going to die. So let's think about the old 32 from Gonzales. Well, as a matter of fact, they were probably all of them pretty young. I think one of them was 16, but if you like history, I think you'll like that. What's that big cat law there? I didn't see that.
The what? Texas couple busted under big cat law. Something about exotic animals.
Oh, okay. They must have a lion or a tiger or bears on those.
So in McAllen, 2 people appeared in court for transporting a margay and a jaguar. Maybe I said.
And I always thought a jaguar was a car, but
I don't think they're talking about the car here.
Okay.
And margay cub is a small Central and South African jungle cat. So there you go. Do not transport exotic animals.
All right. What else we got there? There's something.
It is National Newspaper Week, so Murray, are you going to have a party?
Oh, yeah.
What are we going to have?
I figured that what is it?
That was from, there's a picture on the back page that Murray's looking at. That is from the parade held in Hallettsville. And it's just kind of one of those moments you think about where the police is standing there saluting those that walk by him that have served in the different areas of armed forces.
Well, are you going to be at Come and Take It?
I am.
All right.
And they said it's going to be cool, not hot. So I'm pretty excited.
Don't mention my name. They may want to run you out of town.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to wear a hat that says, I am friends with Murray Montgomery.
Well, Murray worked at the Gonzales Enquirer for about 5 years, so.
Murray, I could pick you up. We could go on a date there.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're wanting to get out of here because you're hungry, but tell me what you're going to have. What kind of exotic cuisine are you going to have?
This is the worst thing you could ask. I'm really hungry for Ritz crackers, so I was going to go to the dollar store and buy Ritz crackers. That's really not exciting at all.
You going to get a Big Red to go along with it?
I may. Big Red is my favorite drink, and luckily lately Henry Joe's been kind enough to bring us some here at the office. Along with he is very much keeps up with the ice.
The ice man.
Now Chuck tried to get the water machine fixed this week, and now it's leaking even more. So great job.
Well, okay. I guess with that, I mean I can't stand to see somebody sitting here that's hungry.
Yeah, I'm starting to fade away slowly but
Well,
sure.
go ahead and say your goodbyes then.
All right. Well, I hope to see some of you guys out there. Come and take it. Please go and support our local communities. If you're in Hallettsville and out and about before you head over to Come and Take It on Saturday morning, definitely check out those garage sales. Good luck to all those football teams that actually have a pretty big challenge this week.
You got that right. You got that.
Best of luck to them, that they stay injury-free most of all and safe, but that they come out with victories, however that ends up. And think of me, resting in my bed, not having to attend a football game.
I'll bet something will come up that you'll have to go. You'll have to take somebody somewhere or something. Something will happen.
Oh, gosh, Murray, I don't know. Okay, but thank you all for listening. I'm so happy that Murray is back with me and that I did not leave to go get my Ritz crackers before he showed up, because I would have never, ever heard the end of it.
You know, old people have an excuse for not being able to remember things, but you could join that sorority.
I could. Because I don't remember anything. I set alarms all the time.
All right. Well, is that all for you?
That is it.
Okay, everybody. We, like Michelle, I appreciate you listening. I hope you'll come back next week, and I hope you'll share this with all your friends and even your enemies. That might be a way to make them even madder.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks, folks, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of the Lavaca County, Texas News Review. Our hosts and guests will provide you with all the area news and sports in Lavaca County. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope you will be back for the next podcast. And in the meanwhile, we are going to rock and roll on out of here. Goodbye, everybody.